Now I'm going to show you how to create some vectors to precise measurements. Here we have a light box that I have made. This is going to be cut out on a CNC router. I have a drawing for this. It's 400mm wide by 300mm in height, and the material is actually 3mm thick. I'm going to show you how to actually machine this later. This is going to be in a different tutorial. For the moment, this is just how to create precise vectors. So here we can see this is the finished piece. I'm just going to press Ctrl A, which will select all of the vectors, and I'm just going to delete those because I want to show you how to create something like this to precise sizes. First of all, I'm going to create two rectangles, and the width of the first rectangle is going to be 400mm and the height is 300mm, and I'll right click to accept that. I'll press F9 just to centre that, so that's in the centre of the page, and I'll create another rectangle. The width of this one is going to be 300mm and the height is 200mm, and I'll preview that and press F9 again to centre that. And here are rules on the top and on the left hand side. What I'm going to do is just select on this rule and drag across. This will create what we call a guideline, and I'm going to do the same on the top. So there I have two guidelines. At the moment though, they are not in the middle of the sheet, so when I get this double-ended arrow when hovering over the guideline, right click on it and it asks me for a new position, so I'll select 0 and I'll lock that and apply and OK. Do the same for this one, 0, lock it, apply, OK. So there we have two guidelines in the centre of the page, which is our datum. So I'm going to create a polyline. I'm going to snap to this guideline and then snap there. A little tip, if I press space I can carry on and create a new polyline. I'll press space again. So there we have our datum edges. What I'm going to do now is just snap on this corner here and then snap on this corner here, and if you watch the previous video you would see that I could create an angle snap of 15 degrees by pressing Ctrl down. So I'm going to press Ctrl down and then just bring this out straight. Right, with this angle vector selected, is click Mirror Vectors, which is here, and I'll just move that in the middle for you. And I'm going to, with this selected, shift select this line here, and then I want to make sure copy the original vectors are selected, and I want to mirror about the line. So there it's created a mirrored vector. So I'll shift select this one, and then this time I'm going to shift select this line, and I'm going to mirror about the line again. So there we have our four corners almost done. We just need to use this tool here called the trim tool, and anything past there will get trimmed. So I'm just going to trim off the inside bits for the ears. And then just trim off the bits on the ends. So it's almost there now, just some little things that need tidying up. So what I'm going to do now is select node editing for this rectangle, and if I press R, which is for remove span, it will remove this part of the rectangle, and I'm going to remove that part as well. So there we have now two lines, and I'm going to create another line here, and I'm going to bring this past the edge. I'm going to create another one on the opposite side, just bring this past the edge. Going to node editing again, and I'm just going to extend these past the edge. Just select that one as well. Just grab the endpoints, make sure this symbol is on, this is parallel, and do the same for these. Just move these up and do the same for this one. Finally this line and this line. Escape to get out of node editing. Now I'm going to just join the outside shape up so it's easier for when we machine. So I'm just selecting the outside shape. There we have it, and I'm going to come to this drop down menu here, and here we have join vectors with coincident nodes. So if I select there, and here you can see number of vectors now, which is 8, and number of vectors after, which is 1. So if I click join and then I select this, there you can see it's just one vector now, so it's joined all the vectors. These lines here are our grooves for folding the light box once it's been produced. Now all that needs to be done is to create the holes for the rivets for the assembly of the light box. So I'm going to select here, which is offset vectors, and the distance that I want to offset is 15mm. So I'll select this outside shape and I want to offset it inwards, and I want to keep the corners sharp. I don't want to delete the original vectors, so I'll just offset that and then it's offset the shape. So now I'm going to create a circle on this point here, and the diameter is going to be 3mm, and select another circle, this point here, the diameter again is 3mm, and I can now delete this inside offset. So now I'm just going to draw a box around the two circles, and then shift select the center line and select mirror vectors. I'll create it about the line, and shift select the two circles again, shift select the other line and mirror about the line again, so it's mirrored it onto the other side. Now I can delete these two datums, and I can just right click on the guidelines if I like to delete them and just click delete. So there we have our light box, which has been made to precise sizes. If I click here, I have a measure tool, and I can just select there and select there, just check the sizes. Here you can see 400mm, and select here, this should be 300mm. So there you can check your sizes, and in a later example I'm going to show you how to use this within a module so we can move these parts around various vector layers, and I'm also going to show you how to actually create the light box, and we'll be machining it.